Well, basically, what acupuncture is about is it's about increasing and restoring the circulation to the body. The Chinese did about 500 years of autopsies before the birth of Christ to establish what causes aging, what causes disease, why do people get aches and pains, why do people die. And what they found time after time after time was that it was poor circulation to the area. So these things that we call acupuncture meridians and energy traveling to the internal organs and to the body have a lot to do with the circulation. They're intermingled with each other. So what we do is we try and restore the circulation that otherwise gets clogged up as we age. So we're trying to reverse that process, take away people's pain and restore the health of their internal organs.
What would you say is some advice that you can offer us to someone who's first thinking about getting or starting with acupuncture?
Well, the best advice that I can give is probably just to come in and see us. Now, I know that sounds like an advertisement, but it's, really, we sit down with people a lot of times and we find out that there's little things that are going on with them that we probably should address earlier rather than later. People have problems with their digestion, and we know that that leads to bad things. But pain also leads to bad things. The Chinese were the original natural health people. They had what they call their 10 questions. And when we ask the 10 questions, we find out what's really going on with a person's body. So things like, how's your digestion? How's your bowel movements? Do you have any pain? Things like that. There's a whole series of questions that we ask to find out, is there anything going on in this person's body that may turn into something bad later? An example of that might be, you got some aches and pains around the knee, and year after year after year, it just gets a little worse, a little worse. Eventually the doctor says to you, oh, you've got arthritis in there, we need to take the knee out. Well, in Chinese medicine, we like to see someone and we like to say, okay, let's get rid of that. We want to restore the circulation to the area. If we restore the circulation, you never get to the point where you go to see an American medical doctor where he's saying, oh, it has to be replaced now. Okay, so we truly are preventive medicine. The types of patients that we usually see are the patients where they come in and we're the treatment of last resort. They've tried everything else, and then they come to see us because, once they get our approval, then they can give up. But what happens is they come in, they find out that we make a huge difference in their pain or their problem or their acid reflux or something like that, and they find out, hey, maybe I should have come to see you guys sooner.
What would you say is the most powerful or significant factor in the treatment that you do?
Well, two things. We require that people have hope. From the one standpoint, you have to believe that there's some way to get better. Even if you don't believe it's acupuncture or herbal medicine or whatever we do, at least the person still has hope. If you don't have hope, we can be getting a person better and the person doesn't, they don't even see it because they've lost hope. Hope is a very important thing. The other thing is patient compliance, because if we ask a person to do something, we really do need them to follow through. In a lot of cases what's happening is I'm the only one, I'm like dragging the person back to health. And we need the patients to make their appointments. We need them to listen to what we're saying, because they're the driver. They're the general. They're the field marshal of their own health. The thing is that all I can do is I can make suggestions. I can tell the person, here's what we need to do. And if we can get them to follow along with a program, with any kind of program, to get them to a healthy place, then what happens is they're going to make progress. And that's almost 100% of the cases. You know, there's very few things that you can't make progress with when both the patient and the medical practitioner are moving in the right direction.
Okay. What would you like to share with people about your experience with acupuncture, or some stories that you have on how people have been have benefited by acupuncture?
Probably the most important thing for people to realize is that we probably have about a 90 or 95% success rate on all of the patients that come in the door. And with headaches and migraines, we probably have close to 100% success rate. We have about an 80 or 85% success rate helping people stop smoking. Aches and pains in the body, we have a huge success rate at either relieving most of those or getting them to permanently go away. Acupuncture isn't, the National Institute of Health determined that acupuncture was not an experimental procedure. They said it's not a quack procedure. It's a real medical treatment, and it's been around for, as far as we can determine, about 12,000 years. Things don't stay around, they're fads if they don't work. And we've got a lot of high success rates on all kinds of illnesses. We've got people that come in with multiple sclerosis, people with cancers, people with all sorts of digestive problems, and we've got a really, really good success rate on working with people with those kinds of things. With any kind of pain and any kind of organ problem. What is there that we can't treat? We can't deliver your baby for you. We can't set a broken bone. And if you're in the middle of having a heart attack or a stroke, you need to make it to the emergency room right away. But other than that, acupuncture has a very high success rate.